More than 1 year ago, I recorded and posted on my channel several videos about ABC trading concept. It was nice mini course, but later on I understood that I made several mistakes, especially by going too far into the direction of the algo trading. Still, lots of the people prefer to trade manually, plus algo trading it's a bit difficult for people who just entering the market or in the market for not so long period of time. But the biggest interest I received from you, especially about our custom ABC trading indicator. That's why I decided today to record for you one long video about the indicator, as we upgraded a lot from that period of time. Plus I want to show you all possible entry points and the strategies that you can use with it, as this is not just one strategy indicator, it's about whole concept. And with this indicator you can open for yourself lots of the different approaches and the ways how you can enter the market and make profit in the end. So stay until the end of this video and let's start. Before we will move to our custom ABC indicator, I just want to remind it for you what does it mean, this ABC trading concept, as this is approach to the market analysis and the trading when the main goal for us is to identify beginning of the new trend by using the classical three waves pattern A, B, C, or the impulse as a directional move, correction to this impulse, and then following impulse that confirming to us intention of the market to create for us a new trend. And when we identify the direction and the beginning of the new trend, we'll use different kind of methods and the strategies how we will enter the market, but just strictly towards the trend that we identified before. So you need to understand something, that ABC trading concept, it's not standalone strategy. This is whole framework for understanding the market structure and the logic behind the price movement that will really help us to make a profit. So let's go direct to our indicator, because this is the main instruments that we will use in our ABC trading concept, and with it we will make money. We created two versions of ABC trading concept indicator. One of them, of course, for the trading view, as nowadays lots of the people prefer to do like all their analysis just on the trading view, and the second version for the people who still prefer to do all their trading and analysis on MT4 and MT5. The most important, you can get this indicator for the test for 2 weeks completely for free. You just need to send us message, and if we're talking about trading view, you need to send us your username and we'll give you access to it. If we're talking about MetaTrader, you need to send us number of your account and we'll create for you file that will be connected to it, and for 2 weeks you can test it completely for free. After that you can get it for free by opening account in our partner Forex broker company. You can rent it, or you can buy it with the one-time purchase. So we can give you lots of the different options, but the most important, you need to test it. So we are waiting for your messages. If we're talking about trading view, you will be able to see this indicator in this line invited only, as this indicator hide it from everyone. If we are talking for MetaTrader 5 and MetaTrader 4, you will get a file, so you need to install this indicator. How to install custom indicator in your MetaTrader? It's very easy, but I will just remind it for you. So we are going to file, open data folder, then MQL5, then we are opening a folder indicator, then we need copy and paste the file of our indicator, especially in this folder. After that we are refreshing our trading terminal by switching it off and turning on, and then you will be able to see this indicator in the line of navigate. You see ABC trading concept, and after that you can install to the chart. But let me show you what exactly this indicator showing, and then later on we will move to the strategies or how we can trade with it. When you will install our custom ABC trading concept indicator in your chart, you will be able to see lots of the different lines and the arrows. Let me explain to you what does it mean, this every line. So the first of all, pay attention on these yellow lines. These lines is showing to you impulses and correction. When we will have creation of our three pattern wave ABC, indicator will show you as the beginning of the new trend, and it will draw this trend, with these blue lines. As we can see right now, we have trend down. Before, this long one was like trend going up. and beginning of the trend, when this like pattern happen, it will mark us with this like blue narrow. But if you will check indicator, you'll be able to see two types of the narrow. One of them is blue one, and the second one it's like a purple one. So sometimes market creating new trend in like more organic way by using three waves pattern ABC, but sometimes market is so aggressive, you know, and the movement is so aggressive, so it will create for us new trend just with one wave A without any kind of like a bigger correction. That's why it's different type of the trend, and we'll trade them in the different way. That's why in the indicator also marking you what kind of trend was created. When we have a creation of the new trend, and by the way, this is the signal where we can open a position, indicator will show us where we need to put our stop loss and 3 levels of the take profit. And yes, we are recommending to open a positions in the beginning of the new trend by using 3 orders, and for them we will put different levels of the take profits, because we don't know when the trend will like stop, and our like target is to take as maximum as it possible. Also pay attention on this long like a trend line. It's calling Sperandeo line or weak line, and later on I will show you how we will trade correction from this line. Then look at this zone or some kind of range. This is the zone of support from our existing trend, and I will also show you how we will trade from this like support zone. And in the middle you can see some kind of horizontal trend line. It's our reversal levels. These reversal levels helping us to identify the trend in the better way, you know, because especially in the lower time frames, I will show you later on, we'll be able to see lots of the different noises, you know. So our classical three-way pattern, it's not enough to identify trend properly, so that's why these like reversal lines will help us to do this in more accurate way. And then in the end, pay attention on this like right corner. So this is our indicator using some kind of like a money management. It's comparing between each other like last 10 correction, last 10 impulses, and last 10 like trends, you know. So if the market it's more volatile, indicator will show you what kind of trading volume you need to use in opening position, and it will help you not to involve yourself a lot into the risk. So this is it when we're coming to the drawings, and I think it's time to move to the strategies, because this is the most important. This is what you are interested in. Nowadays you can find lots of information about ABC trading strategy as the one-side strategy, so with one rule. So what we have, and sounds very easy, yes, we have 3-wave pattern. We have A, B, C, you know, and the most important, we have impulse, some kind of correction, and the third impulse. And if it's breaking the highest point of this kind of impulse, it means we can easily open our position. In this particular example, we can open buy. But the problem starting when the trader sitting in front of the screen and trying to identify where is wave A, B, and the C, you know. So what is coming? For example, here, maybe here was A, B, C, or maybe no, here was A, then correction B, and following impulse C, or maybe not, maybe this was the impulse, then correction, then the impulse. And this is the problem. This is what makes a difference between our approach and all these standard approaches that you can find in the social media. I'm calling that they are trading on the eyes. And even if to speak that ABC or this pattern ABC, this is the part of the wave Elliott trading strategy, you know, the minus of this waves Elliott, that there are a lot of uncertainty. What I'm trying to explain it to you, there is the story. If you will take the same trading course about waves Elliott strategy, give to 10 people, and after that, when they will successfully pass this trading course, you will tell them, please analyze for me the market and show me in which wave right now the market, you know, 8 of them will draw for you totally different situation. So that's why when we were creating our indicator and the concept, I was trying to put for everything some exact rules, how it's drawing and why it's drawing like that. The first target what we have, have to identify where was this wave A. So for that we add specific rule. So what was the rule? We added that for creation wave A in the market, there's supposed to be cross between two moving average, and right now I'm showing you the settings of the indicator, plus there's supposed to be created between these crosses like some distance, and this distance supposed to be higher than the ATR for the same period of time than the slow moving averages. This method it gives a chance to identify clearly when was the movement of the price. And if you will see on the chart, and this is like yellow lines, it's showing us where was like the impulse. You see how beautifully it's organizing for us chart and drawing for us, and we can see, yes, when the indicator drawing for us this yellow line, it means it was some directional movement of the price. Then we need to understand how to trade it, and the first way, and the first method how we can trade, this is like, classical formation between A, B, C. So when the price will close higher, this of the impulse C will close higher than the wave A, indicator will draw for us this narrow, so it means here we suppose open the position, and after that indicator immediately will draw for us our stop loss level and the take profit level. But there you need to understand some rule. If we are trading on the time frame higher than, for example, M15, included M15, we need to put our stop loss under the wave B, so in this particular example. But if we are trading the time frame M, for example, 10 and lower, we're supposed to put our stop loss under wave A. How to do this in the indicator? We are going to our settings, and then we can change something. So for example, it will be here, see, stop loss type, and we are choosing stop loss by A, you see, and it will change for us the placement of our stop loss. Look, you see the stop loss in the different level. Why we decided to put these three levels of the take profit? Believe me guys, from our experience, and especially if we're using trend style of the trading strategy, by the way, ABC, it's exactly trend style of the strategy, we need to take from the trend as maximum as we can, but we cannot put like very big and high take profit, because we never know when the price tend to stop. So that's why when we are putting 3 take profits, we are covering ourselves from the moments when the price, start like turning back in the same direction. Like for example here, look, this is the last situation what we have at our chart. Look, we have beautifully A, B, C, we're opening position, we put our stop loss, and the price already went to our like a first take profit, but we never know what will happen next. So that's why we fix our first take profit, we have our 2 another take profit orders there, but maybe it will be totally different story, and maybe price will turn and will start moving again up, but we already closed our position in plus. Then I want to show you another situation, okay, I show you these 2 examples, all of them it's very nice, and everywhere we close the profit, but I want to show you a little bit different case. What happened here? Look, for example here, how many times we open position and we close them in minus. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, this was in plus, 5, 6, so we had 6 minuses almost in a row. This is because pattern, simple pattern ABC, it's not the strongest pattern, especially in the choppy markets. And if we are going, lower in the time frame, lower time frame, higher profit, but at the same time it's more choppy, and this is the higher risk. That's why we create some kind of things like reversal levels. So what does it mean? Look, this is the trend going up, and how many times price was trying, to reverse, or they were trying to do some kind of correction, and then it was continue moving in the trend direction. So we decide, like for example, if it's here, create for us A, B, C, You know, it's not confirmation that the price will change its direction 100%. That's why we decide to create some kind of reversal levels. So to A to be created, price not supposed to be just this ABC, but supposed to at least cross our reversal level, then create B, and only after that we'll be able here to open position with the new trend. How it's working? So for example, if we can see this chart and we had a lot of the bad signals to open positions, then I'm going for the settings, you know, and especially it's very important if you are trading on the lower time frames than M15, and then you see trend A superwave creation type, buy, reversal point. Okay, and look, right now from 6 stop losses, you know, we just opened positions 2 times that was in minus, but we took all pluses that I showed you before. This is the most important what you need to understand to the first strategy how we can open our position. But let's talk, guys, about hard reversal trends creation. Sometimes market is very unpredictable, and it doesn't matter how many lines or the waves we'll build on our chart. Sometimes it's just moving in totally different direction. What we need to understand how to trade this kind of the situation. For example, let me show you 2 different examples. In both of them we have beginning of the new trend. So here we have our waves FBC, we open position, we put our take profits, maybe even the price slowly but reach our first a take profit, and then it start to going down, very hard movement, and it's not giving us corrections that we can consider as a wave B, you know. And by this hard movement of the price, it's breaking the lowest point of the previous trends, and by itself it's creating for us this kind of hard reversal creation of the new trend. This is how our indicator will start giving you signals with the purple narrow, so it means hard creation of the trend happen. The same situation here, you see, so we had a trend, we were using reversal levels, everything is really nice, but after that market start moving not into our direction, not giving us some proper correction, breaking the highest point of the previous trend, and by itself we have a signal to open position buy because happened hard creation of that trend. Let me show you how it's look like on the chart. So we have example on the German index 40, so we have A, B, C, you see, so we have a dot, here we open position sell, we put our stop loss level, and we had our 3 levels of the take profit, and then position start moving very aggressively not into our direction, and just by, I'm calling that just by wave A, you see, so there was no a yellow line, you know, on the correction, it's breaking us, it's breaking the highest point of the previous trend, and look, it's successfully moving to the 3 levels of the take profit. So this narrow will show us hard creation of the trend. How to trade this kind of the situations, you see, as we can see here we opening position, here we are putting our 3 levels of the take profits, and our stop loss will be under the lowest point of the previous trend or under the wave A. You see, by one wave A it's created for us totally new trend. But guys, we need to pay attention on our deposit also, because sometimes market might be very volatile, especially if you are trading on the higher time frames. This distance from when you open position and to the stop loss might be very high. So if your the size of the stop loss will hurt your deposit on more than 5%, so your minus will be higher than the 5%, you're supposed to open position just with the one order and to put take profit on this middle level, and as we can see it was successfully taken by the profit. And even if it's a take profit or the stop loss is still really high, try to open position, try not to miss this kind of opportunities to take a new trend, but just with the smallest trading volume. And this is how you will protect your deposit, but at the same time you will be open for taking a new profit. Right now in front of you, you can see silver on the time frame M15. In general, in this video I will try to show you lots of the different examples on different instruments from different set classes as a confirmation to you that this ABC trading concept working everywhere. So what happened here? As you can see, we had unsuccessful attempt to open sell, so we open sell, it was successfully closed by the stop loss, and plus we have this like purple narrow as the confirmation that we have hard reversal trend, new trend, add to open position and the signal to open position buy. So we open buy, we put 3 levels of our take profit, we put the stop loss under the wave A, and as you can see in this example, it was successfully closed by the take profits. All 3 profits were closed. But what we can see later on, that the silver continued to go up. And this is the question, what should we do in this particular cases? Should we stop and focus on another instrument, or should we continue to trade? And this is the reason, guys, why in ABC trading concept we have one more strategy. It's calling like following the trend after every correction. Why it's so important to continue trading trends? Because we never know when the trend will stop. Maybe it will be 1 month more, 2 months more, 3 months more, and when we are using this trend type of the trading strategies, and ABC concept is all about that, we need to take from the trend as maximum as it possible. But how to trade it? Let me show you. So for example, we have trend, it's clear trend, and after it, very important, we are starting to use this kind of method of opening new position just after we close all 3 profits. When all 3 profits close, we are waiting for the correction. Don't forget that all our impulses and corrections indicator will draw to us in the yellow color, especially if you will use default settings. So when the trend like correction, new correction created, then we are waiting when this correction will be like breaking in the towards the trend direction. So when the price, for example, start moving up and we can see like breaking of this level here, this is the point when we will open our position buy. So the stop loss we will put under this last, we can say, unsuccessful correction, and the take profit in this particular example we will put with the ratio 1:1, or we can use the Fibonacci levels, and to put it on the 200% level. Let us go to our example with the chart to see what happened here. So let's move forward. You see the price is moving, and what we can see here happen, you see correction. So this is what we was waiting for, but we are continue to wait when the price will break this level, you see. And here when the price close higher than the like a previous high of the trend, here we opening position immediately. So we are putting stop loss under this like unsuccessful correction, we can say, or unsuccessful wave A. And what we are doing next, we are putting our take profit on Fibonacci level, like a 200. So our take profit will be approximately here, or with the ratio 1:1 it will be more than enough. And let's check what happened next. And as we can see, our position was successfully closed by the take profit. And even here, you see, if we have this longer correction, still we will wait when the price will break it, and we will continue to trade following the trend. This is one more strategy that includes in ABC trading concept. So guys, I already showed you 3 options, or the 3 ways, 3 strategy what you can use for opening position in ABC trading concept following the trend, but it was more a breakout strategy. And right now I want to show you how we will trade correction, more like rebound strategy, but of course we will trade just towards the trend. And the first option how we can do this kind of correction trading, this is by using Sperandeo line or the weak line. And this is the trader from 70s of the last century. He was very popular. He created a book about some kind of technical analysis, his own style, and he was very popular and appreciated in that period of time because he was very systematic trader. He preferred exact rules, and this is why I like him. I don't know why people not talking about his style of the trading. Not nowadays. case, but we decide to include this kind of strategy and the weak line in our ABC trading concept and in indicator in general. So how this weak line building, I'll just explain you in the shorter way, because of course today is 2026 and our indicator building everything in like automatically, but you need to understand how it's working. So he's explaining when we have some trend movement, we need to build this weak line by using three major rules. Rule number one, we are starting from the lowest point of the trend. Rule number two, or the point number two, supposed to be at the latest correction. And rule number three, between this first and the second point, there shouldn't be any kind of touches of the candle. If there are some kind of touches, we need to move like forward to the right side until there will be no touches. How it's look like in practicality, yeah? So for example, we can see here creating of the new correction, you see, and when, for example, price break this correction, we need to rebuild our Sperandeo line. So again, rule number one, we are putting in the lowest point of the trend. Point number two, at the lowest point of the latest correction. Rule number three, inside between them there shouldn't be any kind of touches. So if there is the touches, we are moving our Sperandeo line till the point where there will be no touches. So it's look like something like this. But how we will use this kind of Sperandeo line in our like a practice in trading? Because what for us is the most important, to find the way and the point where we can open our position and how to make profit. So when we will have correction, you know, so deep that it will touch our Sperandeo line, doesn't matter if it's tilt or the body of the candle, we will immediately open a position towards the trend, so in direction of the main trend. Stop loss we will put under the lowest point of our previous correction, you know, and if the take profit is like, if this correction was very deep, we can put our take profit at the highest point of our trend, waiting for the break it. If this correction is really small, we can put this 1-to-1 with the ratio 1-to-1 to our stop loss. Let me show you an example how it's look like on the chart. As I told you one more time, this Sperandeo line is automatically drawing. So let's see exactly what happened here. So right now you will be able to see how it's rebuilding. You see, so it's really rebuilding in the beautiful way, and you see we had a touch. So when the price touch our Sperandeo line, we immediately opening position, but doesn't matter even if we open position here in the beginning of the trend, we are holding several orders, we can still trade. And this is why example, you know, when we opening one more positions from the correction, you see we can easily put our stop loss here. So this kind of strategy is allowing us to do some kind of short scalping. The stop loss we are putting on like at the low of the previous correction, and let's see exactly what is going on. So this position was successfully closed by the stop loss, and after that, as you can see, our Sperandeo line was again rebuilt based on these three rules that I told you before. So this is, guys, one more strategy how you can use it for your personal trading and make money. When I just came in the market 14 years ago, the most popular strategy was drawing and trading support and resistance lines. There was lots of the different courses how to draw it, and in theory everything is simple. So we have a price, everything that above this is resistance line, everything that below this is support lines. But how to draw it and how to trade from it, it's still like no one knows, and no one knew in that period of time, because some people were saying like it's supposed to be 2 touches, someone 3 touches, 1 touches, like mirror touches. So when it's touches from the both sides, only there you can draw this kind of support and resistance line. What to trade, you know, like a breakout or the rebound from the lines. This was like a question mark, and I feel that in that point of time, just like the guys that was selling curses was able to make money, and this is it. But in ABC trading concept, there are also some kind of logic with support zones, but very important zones, and there is the clear logic behind of it, why we can consider it as supporting zone. There is no resistance at all, so supporting zones, and how we can trade. Let me show you the example. So you see here every correction considering in ABC trading concept an unsuccessful attempt of the sellers to create a new trend. So this breaking, correction we can consider as like attempt of the sellers. So this level considering as some kind of support zones to the following trend, and every time there is new correction and breaking, it's rebuilding. It's in some cases very similar to our reversal levels, but from these zones we can easily trade. And by the way, I find out that with the instruments like currency, it's working perfectly. So there is two strategies behind of it. First of all, it's calling like from support zone when the price is going in. How it's look like? So for example, when the price doing our correction and coming into this zone and then it's going out, so it's very important that after closing body of the candle inside of this supporting zone after some period of time, it should go like a higher, then we are opening here position buy. The stop loss supposed to be under this zone. Sometimes of course it might be very very wide, so we will put in the middle of the zones, but in general we're supposed to put like our stop loss below the zone, and the take profit will be on breaking the highest level of the trend. This is the option number one. But there is second option, when the price it's making deeper correction, so it's even breaking the lowest point of our supporting zone. So it's calling trade on support zone out, and when it's doing like out and then it's coming back to supporting zone, so the price it's closing inside of supporting zone, we are opening here buy. The same, we will trade here with very short stop loss, so lots of the people like this kind of the trading, and the take profit will be there if it's not very wide on the highest level of this supportive zone. So this kind of trading, when it's zone out, it's becoming trading on the on the range of the price, so in whole ABC trading concept there is no something like consideration. There is three parts of the market. So it's like trend up, trend down, and the range. So range every time inside of some trend, but with these particular strategies we are able to make money with it. But let me show you how it's look like on the chart. So guys, right now in front of you can see euro dollar. On the time frame M15 we have our support zone, and what we can see here, the price went down from support zone and coming in. The most important that you need to understand that no need to rush open position from the beginning. We need to wait when the price will go out, and after that we will open. But this is the first signal calling support zone in. So what we have here, price is slowly moving inside, but as we can see, price closed lower than our support zone. So here we can easily open sell. The stop loss we are putting in this particular case above our support zone. If it's very wide and your stop loss will be your risk from one stop loss deal will be higher than 5% from your deposit, I'm recommending to put on the 50%. But this is the euro dollar, so I'm pretty sure the stop loss will be there is a bit lower, so we can easily put it above this kind of level. And the take profit, as I said, with the ratio 1:1 to your stop loss. As we can see here, position was successfully closed by the profit. So what we can see here, price it's going again inside our range. We are not opening position from the beginning because it might save us, from having some losses. We are waiting when it's come in and went out from our range. And as we can see here, you see it's gave for us, if we open position immediately, we had a stop loss, but because of that, you see, we gave a chance for the price to go out, and we had another opportunity to open our zone out signal, what I was showing you before. So we opening here sell, the stop loss we are putting a little bit higher than the maximum out was from our zone, and with the signals zone out, we are putting a take profit on the lowest end, lowest a corridor of our range. and what we can see here, that position was successfully closed by the take profit. And by the way, if we are going to even, I think, the latest situation what is going right now, look how many signals we had, you know, from our particular case. So how many times price was going in, out, profit, going in, out, profit. This is how it's working, and this is one more option and the method that you can use in your trading when you are using our indicator and ABC trading concept. Guys, I understand that almost all traders in the market, especially new guys that just came, first of all they are thinking how to maximize their profits and how to get as maximum as it possible from the market. But the first thing that you need to think about, how to lower rate your risk, how to make the safe environment for your capital. Because sometimes even if you have a good strategy, good placement of the stop loss and the take profit, but you will open position with the huge size, you will hurt your deposit a lot. That's why we're thinking for a long period of time how to implement this like money management into the ABC trading concept, as we also understand that sometimes this wave, especially in the higher time frames, might be so huge that the size of the stop loss is really high, and how to create the money management that will be close to the market situation, not just like percentage from the deposit like general that everyone is doing. So we decide to create some kind of specific calculation of the volatility, and based on that we are doing some recommendation of the trading volume. Right now in front of you I open Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Because it's very volatile. And right now we will go to the settings of the indicator, and as you can see here, you see this is position risk analysis, and I put my standard trading volume, for example 0.1, and in the right corner we can see correction, impulses and trends. So what this indicator is doing, it's calculating 10 latest corrections, 10 latest impulses, 10 latest trends, calculating that average number in pips and comparing them to the existing one. So for example, if we are trading hard reversal trend and we need to put our stop loss under the lowest point of the trend, you see it's showing us that latest trend, it's very big and huge in comparison to the average number from latest 10. So he recommending to me to open position, you see even I'm using 0.1, just 0.01, and the same with the correction, you see, so latest correction is so wide, so if I want to put the stop loss under correction, I need to open position just with the 0.01. So in this case, you know, I'm not missing the potentially profitable entry points, I'm just opening position with the smaller trading volume that are really helping me to protect my capital. For example here, right now we will go, let's go to the, so for example here I will open gold, and what we can see the recommendation there, you see even here it's different. So for example with the impulses it's showing me open position a little bit less, just 0.09, so it will give me chance to control the size of my risk, potential risk, every time at the same level. This is it guys, what we can talk and what I can tell you about ABC trading concept. I show you 6 potential trading strategies that you can easily use in your trading, plus additionally this super money management system. So guys, I'm waiting for your request to get this indicator. Write in the comment section your feedback. If I'll find out this topic is interesting for you, we'll make also a few streams about that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in our next one.